Better than a urinary tract infection. It's Sanctuary of Reality, my comic review series. Today we feature Church and State Chapter 3 in Cerebus issue 54, The Origin of the Wolveroach. Cerebus helps the Countess drag the especially heavy Wolveroach upstairs and into bed, which soon collapses under his weight. Over a drink, Countess reveals to Cerebus how she came to meet the roach, whom she calls Uncle Artemis. Seems the Countess is connected with President Weishaupt from issues 21 and 22. When he first came across the roach after issue 12, he brought him to her and asked her to harbor him for a while. She accepted and grew fond of him. Roach was in and out of her life following this, into his Captain Cockroach persona. Remember Astoria's claims of how she met him? Well, Countess has what is probably closer to the real first meeting of her and the bug, and it's nothing so romantic. During his Moon Roach and Priest Roach personas, he kept his distance from the Countess, but still managed to keep in touch. Suddenly, President Weishaupt appears and joins the conversation. He antagonizes Cerebus by asking if Astoria knows about this. The Countess holds him back and exchanges barbs with Weishaupt, including briefly mentioning Sir Garrick. Next, Weishaupt asks Cerebus if he really believed in the Republican ideology he ruled under as Prime Minister. Cerebus defends it somewhat when Weishaupt asks if he wants to be Prime Minister of East again. No election, just right back where he left off, all part of Weishaupt's United Feld War States, which he now has 4 countries backing over, including Palnu. Weishaupt didn't like Cerebus's republicanism and its let peasants and livestock vote belief, as he claims. Seems Wolveroach was designed to be a popular hero for those peasants and livestock, so Weishaupt can distract them from getting the vote. An anti-hero working for Weishaupt who fights the government Weishaupt controls. Basically, he gets to decide who gets killed. So, will Cerebus accept Weishaupt's offer? Wolveroach is based on, I believe, an obscure character who appeared in a few comics known as the Wolverine. He appeared in the 70s, I think. I don't know. There's not much information on this guy. But this issue did get Dave in a bit of trouble with Marvel Comics, as apparently putting the Wolveroach on 3 covers in a row was enough to get the attention of their legal department. But thankfully everything was worked out. This is an exposition-heavy issue. It does bog the story down a bit by filling in all these gaps in the Roach's history, especially if you haven't read the first 2 books, which it relies on a bit, especially the first one. I actually like Weishaupt coming back. He fits in with the political maneuverings that this book has been on about for some time. I made the mistake of saying in his last appearance that he would next appear in High Society, because I honestly mentally blurred the end of High Society with the beginning of Church and State. But there's a lot of good humor, there's some good lines in here, and there's some great artwork, which I haven't praised enough. But it feels like we're starting to get somewhere, but we've really gotten no place in setting up the status quo. So for Church and State, I could see a few things in this issue that are definitely lighting the initial match that will soon ignite the fuse that'll set off a far bigger scheme than High Society ever had going for it. Next time, Wolveroach awakens.